Tino rangatiratanga, in my opinion, is supreme authority. But I fear the day when authority is interpreted as be-all and end-all. I fear the day when supreme authority becomes distorted and manipulated to mean control. Tino rangatiratanga, or supreme authority, to me, is interpreted in many ways. But how I interpret is this. The authority to God is first and foremost. Within Ngāpuhi tikanga, within Ngāpuhi customs, within Ngāpuhi culture, that is the key symbol that we acknowledge. The first thing we do when we go to a meeting house is we have a karakia. The first thing that we do when a kaikōrero stands to speak, he acknowledges God. The first thing we do when we go and partake of food, we karakia, we pray. The first thing we do before we open up a meeting, we pray. The symbolisms of God are supreme, are the beginning and the ending. From conception to infinity. Supreme authority, God, first and foremost. Ka hore koro tuatu, tu mai aio. Until we can mend our relationship with God in the first instance, we can't do anything. Every waka that travelled here to Aotearoa, what did they have on board? A high priest. He tohu ngā hurewa. He brought with him the symbols, the sacred signs, the sacred tokens, the sacred offerings, to appease Io te matua. Once upon a time in Ngāpuhi narrative, Io's name was so sacred you could not utter it. It was reserved specifically for the high priest. So because normal people, commoners, couldn't utter it, they coined another name, Uenuku. Uenuku kōpako, Uenuku orikine. Until the tohunga was present. So, tino rangatiratanga ki te atua. Supreme authority to God in the first instance. Te ao wairu. We have another adage within our culture. E te ao huna whakātu mai, ngā mea ngaro. Those of our ancestors beyond the veil reveal unto us the secrets that we need. Now that term is often utilized when we're in heavy discussions, when we're seeking whether we want to enter into a partnership, where we want to enter into a strategic relationship or memorandum of understanding. They're all different contractually, legally. They take a different state depending on the notion of that relationship or that expectation from the other party. Hence the symbolism of karakia we offer to God. Tino rangatiratanga keio I te tuatahi. Supreme authority to God. Tuarua. Supreme authority to each other. Rangatira ki te rangatira. Ariki ki te ariki. Wahine ki te wahine. Tāne ki te tāne, mokopuna ki te mokopuna, tamaiti ki te tamaiti. Supreme authority to each other, chief to chief, man to man, woman to woman, child to child, is etched within multiple chants. We have a duality to one another. We have a natural authority to serve one another. We have a natural being to supporting one another, to loving one another, to being kind to one another. That's tino rangatiratanga. When you can put your desires to the side to benefit somebody else. When you can lower yourself to the dust of the earth to put somebody else's integrity up. That's supreme authority ki te tangata. My last tino rangatiratanga explanation is tino rangatiratanga ki te taiao. Supreme authority to the environment we live in. When are we going to take off our clothes and sit in the bitter cold to listen to the cold? The cold has a voice. When are we going to put our ear to Papatuanuku? Not for 2 seconds, but for 2 hours, and listen to her She has a voice. When are we going to enter into the waters of sacredness and listen to tangaroa and listen to the awa? When are we going to look at the sun and listen to the sun? When are we going to look into the environment that we live in? Because it's crying. Its cry is so piercing that we neglect it because we're consumed by modern technology. In Māori theology, Ngāpuhi theology, we have a belief that there was not 3 baskets of knowledge, but there was 4. When Tāne went to go and retrieve the baskets of knowledge, the first gift he was given by Rehu Ariki was 2 stones. The name of those 2 stones were Hukatai and Rehutai. And these 2 stones, koia te kaipupuru o te mauri atua. These 2 stones were the embodiment of the Spirit of God. Hence, when our tupuna travelled, what did they have on their waka? He kohatu Māori, a sacred Māori stone upon all vessels that they left and they planted when they went to sites of significance. So too was Tāne. One was red, one was white. The other gift Rehua gave to Tāne was te tātu o te mana, or the war belt of strength, of integrity, of honour, to acknowledge his journey from this earth to the celestial heaven. The last gift he was given were the 4 baskets of knowledge. Whilst he looked at those 4 baskets, ururu matua, ururu tupua, ururu tau, ururu rangi. He said to Rehua, I'm leaving ururu rangi here with you. The people are not ready for it. When it's ready to reveal itself, then the people will know why I left it here. So what he brought back down to the whenua was ke te tuauri, ke te tuatea, ke te aronui. And it was these 3 baskets of knowledge that were buried in the ground so that our children, so that our descendants, his descendants, Tāne, te wānanga's descendants would find. Through tautohe, taupatu, through wānanga, through kōrero, heavy debates, it's being acknowledged and collectively agreed upon that the 4th basket of knowledge was technology. That's the technology that takes our children away from our ancient traditions, from having the ability to listen to the taiao and saying that we manipulate this technology for our benefit. This is the new world we're moving in, where we capitulate our kōrero, our narrative, our history via the iPhone, via modern technology, and we cement it. So that in 100 years' time, it's still Randy Vong speaking to his mokopuna, Randy singing to his grandchildren. Now, these are the sacred baskets of knowledge that have been gifted. And these are the knowledge that's encapsulated and we're left in those vessels. Now, that one vessel goes back to the essence of tino rangatiratanga, supreme authority. Kia i o te matua, as noted within Ngāpuhi narration. Nā te atua I hōmai, nā te atua no I tanga, tango, kia whakapainga, kia whakakororia, tana ingo tapu, ngā wā katoa. For it is the God, for he is the beginning, the ending of all things. From the heights of the sky and to the depth of the earth, we acknowledge him, we glorify him, we sanctify him from this time forth. Tino rangatiratanga.